bumpy ride. Oh. Well, good morning, guys. If you haven't guessed already, we're at the Tarp cabin. It's been like 3 years and this thing is still here. All those naysayers got to eat crow because they thought it wasn't going to last. But you know what? Today we're going to spend an entire day and night out here in the Tarp shelter because you know what? It's still awesome. It's still very comfortable. It's got a little bit of wear and tear, but like everything, it needs a little bit of maintenance from time to time. That's what we're going to do. Guess what? Don's here.
I'm here.
What a trek, eh?
It's quite a ways,
Oh.
especially pulling a sled of goods.
You didn't pull it the whole way though.
No.
Okay.
No, I meant for both of us.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we got our tickle trunk all sorted out. We've got I got my battery saw, got my little stove. I'm gonna try this guy out. It's been in storage for a while, and we've got some coffee, we got some lunch, we got some dinner, we got all sorts of goodies in here. So one of the problems that we've had out here in the staying any length of time at the Tarp cabin is it's a place to go to the washroom. I think this is a lovely spot. It's like trees, like you could have like much activity. Especially in the wintertime, it's kind of cold and you don't really want to poop where you sleep. So I think we're gonna build like a little bit of an outhouse. Just one activity. Did we keep this one in here? Maybe that's a toilet paper holder right there. We got some pallet wrap left over, so I was thinking of taking a couple of trees. Maybe like 3 trees and just kind of wrap them up. And it gives you like a kind of a shelter break from the wind. All right, so the plan is to wrap these 3 trees and then, I don't know, maybe we'll make it so you can just kind of crawl in through a slit in the pallet wrap. And it'll give us like a spot. The pallet wrap, you got it? Got it ready?
Ready?
That's like the best pallet wrap. It's a great sound. See the trees over there? I was thinking of just wrap them up, and then you can kind of sneak inside, and it gives you. All right, let's do some wrapping. I wonder if that works. You know, when you were a kid, you weren't like you did this. You did the. It works. Remember annoying the heck out of teachers doing that? All right, let's wrap this. Does that sound like a plan?
As long as it's sheltered, right?
Yeah, that's all. Like, what do you really need, right? You just need like a windbreak almost. The problem is in the wintertime, there's like no leaves, so like everything's kind of like you can see from a mile around, and people are peeking at you. Although, I don't know if shrink wrap's going to give you much more cover, but it is going to break the wind. Let's see what we can do with those trees over there. Don makes a good point. He says that it's predominantly west wind, and you really don't want the Wicked Witch of the West coming to bite you in the you-know-what when you're trying to, use the facility. So we're gonna go on the, east side? The lee side? The east side? East side, lee side. So I'm gonna use a little tuck tape and get myself an access hatch here. And what this is going to allow it to do, because what happens when you cut shrink wrap is it kind of goes back to its natural form. It turns back into a dinosaur. No, I'm kidding. It shrinks to the point where you can't even use it anymore. It's shrinking. So we're going to be able to do that on the door. It is so warm in here. I've got like, it's a perfect kind of, got the roof going on. It's keeping all the warmth in. I've got a perfect view, but there's no wind, which is crazy. The door, maybe we put another little sheet of plastic or something over the door. But otherwise, this keeps the wind down. This thing's great. It's perfect. It's got really nice lighting in here too. That pretty much solves the outhouse issue. This is actually a great little addition to this this thing. I like it. Don, you want to try?
It's okay.
You crawl in. Look how easy that fits through the door.
Creamer.
There you go. All right. The legs on it? They're spring loaded. That's pretty cool.
Unload the legs. Making it up to put it.
It's right there where we had the other one. That's perfect. That's a perfect spot for it. I'm fond of any kind of stove. This stove actually was given to me by my brother because he received it, and I guess he was missing some parts. And he was like, well, you can have it. And I'm like, that's cool. But like, it's got this neat little, I guess you could probably put a wok on there. You can kind of like deep fry your favorite vegetables. French fries, that'd be actually pretty good, right on top of there. And I think what was the problem with it was that it was missing actually a front piece of glass. So what I did is I actually made a front piece, and before you guys get in trouble or give me trouble, it is made out of aluminum, but that's okay. And then there's like the front damper, which is kind of cool as well. The whole thing's made out of stainless steel, and so ideally there would be a piece of glass here and you can look at it. But if you look inside, they got the fuel. Fuel kind of like, it keeps the fuel off the ground. I guess you could technically cook on that thing too. It's got like a little ash clean out, and on top it's got the warming sides, and we just got to hook up the stove pipe, and we're all set to go. Oh, that sounded awesome, Don. Here, I'll grab the pipe. So this is the double wall inside pipe, and then I had to make this other piece of pipe. We actually took it and we crimped it. So Don put a slider in there. You kind of give it a wiggle. That's pretty good there. And a lot of guys will look at me and go, you installed that right. I did not install that wrong. Or you installed this wrong. Well, with chimney pipes, the threaded, or the piece that goes in, you're not actually supposed to accommodate for gases coming out. You're supposed to accommodate for creosote leaking back in. So you always want the liquid to leak back in. That's why it's got a bend in, or the crimp in there, and it goes inside this collar and then it drips back in the stove and gets reburnt. So there we go. We've got our pipe all set up. We've got our flashing that doesn't allow our tarp to get burnt, and now we should be able to fire this thing up, get the little cabin rocking, heat it up, and then we can work on outside. That's the easiest place to find sticks. Chris is blind.
Take it off. Chris is blind.
So Chris,
nice and dry.
Chris made this for I think turkey hunting. He it looked a lot more covered back when the foliage was ripe, and not all just a bunch of sticks. I'm not even sure that's dry enough, that stuff there, but we'll see if it burns.
I think it does.
Yeah. All right. Well, it seems like every time we come out here, it always seems to be windy. Not sure why that is. It's probably because we're always kind of here in the winter time. This is kind of like the back portion of the 40, the back 40. This is the back 40. This is like at the very back corner of the back 40. So we don't come here very often because it's hard to get to. But as you can see, the cabin is quite nice. Every little wood stove has got a little bit more like it's got some idiosyncrasies, and this one is probably no different. I'm not sure exactly what that little grill's for. I'm thinking it's either to keep the firewood off the bottom or if it's for cooking. So I'm gonna assume it's for keeping the firewood, and the ash just kind of falls down below. I always have my special sauce fire starter whenever I go in the bush, because a lot of time the wood it looks dry, but it's kind of wet. So I just kind of bring these little rags here, and the rags are filled with magical sauce, proprietary magical sauce. Oh, just kind of put it in there, and then we got our strike anywhere matches. Let's see here. Let me get this thing started. Hopefully she got a good draft. All right, there we go. Magical sauce is ignited. There's nothing strange happening with the chimney. What's it look like out there, Don? Smoke coming out?
Smoke's coming out. Yeah.
Hurry, smoke's coming out the chimney. That means we're half there. I just load her up. You can already feel the heat coming off it. That's pretty cool. Actually, once she gets heated up, once the chimney pipe gets heated up and everything gets heated up, smoke will go outside. Don's probably going to make sure the smoke's going outside. So after 3 years of being out in the wild, this seems to be the only real damage here, which is like the corner of this thing. I don't know if something ate through the side of it. Maybe a chipmunk or a squirrel decided to kind of go through there. Not a big deal. Over here, same idea. I think that's not really a chew. That's more of just started to sag. I think a little piece of tape might fix that one. Don's just out in the back trying to pull it out. So we're going to fix those so we have a no draft. No draft. You can already see the wind kind of blowing through there. But yeah, we get that sealed up, then we won't have wind ripping through the walls. We'll be able to heat this thing up like a hot tent. That's kind of cool. All right. Everything's so good there. When we originally built this cabin, we used a roll like this, which is a pallet wrap material. This is actually what's left over on the original build. As you can see, there's quite a significant amount of material left over. And what I'm going to use it for is to actually patch up the walls. My idea is to kind of just tuck it in because it does stick to itself. So the plan is to kind of tuck it in the bottom, tuck it in the top, and that'll kind of does a pretty good repair, I think. Anyway, like that's where our hole is. It's like wrapping up your leftovers. No big deal. This is sheathing tape. You can feel the wind whipping through there. It says easy tear on the side of this. I wonder if they weren't lying. We're gonna weave ourselves a little bit of a spider web. There we go. What I can do is once I'm on the inside, I can throw another layer of tape on the inside, and that'll kind of lock it in place. It's amazing how quickly time flies when you're in the bush. It's coffee time already. I've got my little percolator. This is a Bass Pro Special. It's even got the Bass Pro logo on it, and it's actually quite convenient when you're in the bush because you can just you put your coffee grounds in the top here, and it perks the coffee, and you can make it as strong or as weak as you want depending on how long you percolate it. Don traditionally he has tea, and I've convinced him to have a coffee. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do the old coffee grinds in the basket. Oh yeah, there we go. We're gonna extra strong this guy in there. We're actually gonna fill this thing up with water first. And then there's a couple ways, I guess, to do this, and sometimes they say wait until the water boils, and because you can see the little sight window at the top of this guy, and what it shows is see the sight window? You can see, depending on how dark you want the coffee to be, you can actually see it at the top. some people say you just want to wait until you can see it just ever so slightly. Is it filter? Filter. There we go. All right. Now we're gonna stick it on there. Our fire outside is slightly too large to be cooking on just yet. We're gonna let that simmer down outside before we try to cook on that thing. That's probably a dinner project. But the plan is to get coffee in us. And then I have a little bit of an adventure to go look for when we were trying to recover one of Chris's deers. I found there was this burl on the side of a tree, and I want to go collect it, harvest it, because I want to make some neat little things out of that burl. But I don't exactly remember where it is, so it's kind of like a wild goose chase. So I'll get my coffee in me, and then we'll go for a look-see and see if we can actually find that thing. That would be kind of cool, because it's about that big around, and it's on the side of a cedar tree, so it'll be kind of a neat burl. How is it?
Good coffee.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's warm, sweet.
It's like everything a coffee should be, right?
Exactly.
Warm and sweet.
Warm and sweet and coffee.
There's traditionalists that like the black coffee. It's very flavorful.
Yeah, it is.
That's
And it warms your hands really well.
yeah, it's the tin mug. It's the tin mug allows you to warm your hands, but you can't let it sit around too long, because then it gets freezing. Because it like radiates all of the heat outside the mug. That's actually pretty good. It's got that.
Good.
It's got that. What is that? It's like a caramelized, almost like a half. I'm gonna say burnt, but it's not burnt. It's like a woody flavor. You know what I think it adds is the fact that we're in the bush too. It's different.
And it's cold.
Yeah, you're freezing. It's actually not bad in here. We're away from the wind. We got the door open. We could have the door closed, but we got the heat rocking. I think stuff tastes better when you're in the bush. You ever go camping and you have that one hot dog? It's like the most delicious hot dog you've ever had in your life. Speaking of which, we got corn dogs for dinner. On the longevity too, because the comments, I don't know if we can actually dig some comments up. People were like, the UV is going to degrade the plastic to the point where it's going to fall apart. It hasn't. It's been out here for 3 years in the sun in the winter, in the sun in the winter, in the sun in the winter, and it hasn't. It's fine. Other than it looks a little dirty, but you know what? If you're sitting outside for 3 years too, you'd be probably pretty dirty. Last video we put out, people were sad that you weren't in it. Why, like you didn't? Is it? It's not that I didn't invite you to do it. It was that it was very tight quarters. And did you miss sanding styrofoam?
Absolutely not.
See,
I was quite happy not to. Not to partake.
I was thinking, I was like, Don can, I don't know, what is he gonna do? He's gonna stand below me and like eat insulation, or like, I don't
collect
know.
dust.
Collect dust. Don be a dust collector down below. Yeah, that was a dirty job. I don't know. I don't wish. Like, people say that. Some people say, well, you're making Don do all the work. Well, the really dirty stuff, I don't even ask Don to do, because I wouldn't want somebody to ask me to do it. So like that's a job that I was like, nah, you got to do it yourself. It's kind of like, you know, digging your sewer main or something like that. If you're not willing to do it yourself, you shouldn't ask anybody else or throw a lot of money at it. I'm referencing when my brother's sewer main blew up, and he was in the hole digging, so that's why he didn't have to throw a pile of money at it, because he was digging as well. You got the high vis.
The high vis, I just didn't want you to lose me on the way out here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so.
Or hit you with the tree or something.
Yeah, that's right.
Cutting a tree down, you got to watch the guy, the ground guy. Yeah. I got something for you, because it is that time of year again, and when sponsors send me stuff, I always say, you got to send me too. So maybe we should do that now. Maybe we should. I should go get it. Hang on 1 second. So this guy is yours. You can open that. You can open that thing up. I'm going to talk.
Thank you very much.
Because I actually have mine on.
Thank you to iHood too. Yes.
That's the convenient carrying case that it comes with, and you can actually use it as a lunch pail when you got your jacket out. This is the battery pack that comes with it, and what's really cool about the iHood battery pack is it's got out ports, so you can charge your phone with this thing.
Oh wow.
As well as charge your or use your heated jacket. If you click on the little button, it tells you a little indicator on the thing. It tells you what percentage the battery's got left, which is actually quite convenient, and it's got a USB-C charging port. So that's the, does that one fit you? That's a large. So the really cool thing about the iHood vest, it's got a couple temperature ranges, 122 Fahrenheit to 158 Fahrenheit. The chest warmer, it's got the neck warmer, it's got the lower back warmer, and the really cool feature that I have come to really like, if I can get the zipper. Can I get the zipper? Where's the zipper? I got sausage fingers. You know what it's called? You got it? Okay, so there. It's right in the name, iHood. It's got a hood, and it's got ear warmers. So you don't even have to wear a toque. There's a little pouch. You put the thing, you plug it in. He hasn't even read the instructions. He's already figured it out. It's a USB. It either goes one way or the other way. This little guy here is the control panel on it. So if you want heat, you basically press and hold the button. It turns and it starts doing a breathing red light. That's the auto sensing kind of, you know, you just set it and forget it. What I like to do is turn them all on. So if you turn the upper button on, it turns your ears on. Oh, that's kind of cool. You can actually change temperatures on each individual zone. The auto sense to moderate by just clicking the zone you want. So blue is cool, white is moderate, and red is full rip. If you press and hold, it'll turn on, and you can control the different areas of heating on the jacket. So the upper button is your ears, the one to the left is your back, and the one to the right is your front. And then you can moderate the temperature on each. So if you press and hold, it can turn to red, which is the auto moderating feature. Or if you press and click again, you can change it to white or blue, which gives you different settings on the heated feature. You just wash it like any other piece of clothing. It also has a runtime of up to 10 hours, which is crazy amount of time. You can pretty much use it for anything outdoor activity related, or if you're at a hockey rink or any kind of cold weather sports, it is kind of ideal for that thing. When you're standing around doing nothing, it keeps you warm. You guys should pick up your iHood heated vest today. You can use my coupon code iHoodOff10 and you get 10% off your purchase of this heated vest. And thanks again, iHood, for sponsoring this video. Don's got his all set up. You ready to go? Okay. All right. Well, thank you, iHood, for sponsoring this video. All right, so we're on a little bit of a wild goose chase looking for this burl. Don's already ahead of me. He doesn't actually know where he's going to be going. Figured we can probably find it. What if it snow squalls too bad, Don? We're able to find our way back? I don't know.
Take our chances.
Yeah, it's over here somewhere. I don't exactly know. We were kind of walking in circles when we were looking for the deer, because we were finding a blood trail, and we kind of went through an old trail that we cut, but hopefully it's just around the corner if we can find it. It's not the easiest to find. I didn't have a saw at the time, so I couldn't really grab it. Anyways, we're gonna have a look for it, and if I find it, I'll show you guys what I'm looking for. They're actually, burls are kind of a neat thing to look for when you're just kind of walking, because they are quite valuable in the forest. So if you're walking in the forest, I don't know about the legality of actually taking burls off of property. This is my property, so I can take them. I don't know about public forests, whether or not you can harvest burls or not. Look at that, that's pretty cool. Give that a couple years, let it clean off. That'd be a really cool table. Well, we looked for about an hour. We couldn't seem to find it. I think my brother Chris has got a better idea where it is. Maybe I'll get him to come out and we can go look for it. It's kind of like finding a needle in a haystack. That's why you should always carry a saw with you when you're in the bush, because if you see a burl, then you can just take it. Then in there, oh well, it was a nice walk. Don's still looking for it. It's getting dark. Getting dark so soon. He's kind of looks like that guy there, but not. Kind of like a bulb on the side of a tree. Maybe show you what one looks like. It's like a big knot. brought the biggest mustard jar I could find. Look at the size of this mustard. Look at, you can eat mustard as a meal with that size of mustard. You want mustard?
Go to Costco?
Yeah, it's a Costco mustard. There's like a 3-pack of mustard. It's like
I kind of jumped the gun.
Did you? Yeah. Well, Don was testing to see if they were actually cooked, because, well, they're already cooked. It was whether or not the inside of them were warm. Hey, those are perfect.
Yeah.
Hey, want some mustard on? Do you have enough mustard? Yeah. How much mustard do you want?
That's good. Yep.
No, good. Everything tastes better in the bush. You got to try cooking a pogo or a corn dog in the States, depends how you roll, on an open fire. That's next level corn dog. I think that's better than deep fried. It's like crispy on the outside, cholesterol filled on the inside. It's perfect. So Don has decided not to stay. Well, you weren't planning on staying anyways.
No.
Don's staying the day, I'm staying the night. So I figured I would give him some of my dinner. Actually, I packed him dinner. I packed him a couple pogos because that's what I'm gonna eat. And then I got some junk food for inside, which that's for later. But it's been a good day in the bush today. They were warning of snow squalls. You can kind of see it snowing now. Hopefully overnight it doesn't like crazy snow and then after 3 years the tarp shelter collapses. That would be bad. I have another one you want.
Go for it.
I'm just talking too much. I'll make it pretty. There you go. I gotta make you guys a little tall or crouching down too much. There we go. Oh, that's better. That's better. You're heading back to the civilization.
Yes, I should do it before dark.
Yeah, it's getting there. The sun's pretty much just set, so we don't have a long time after the sun sets in the wintertime. It gets dark fast. It's also really cloudy, so he's got a heck of a long walk back. Hopefully you make it back. Get your phone. If you get a problem, just call. Fall in that creek?
Yeah.
Don tends to find that creek all the time. He goes up to
Twice
his
anyways, yeah.
Twice you've gone for a swim in that creek, so hopefully he makes it. Hopefully I make it back. I'll call you in the morning to ensure that I've made it
Through the night.
made it through the night, so hopefully that works out well. It doesn't, like, snow squalls aren't that bad. It's the wind. It's the wind I'm worried about. There's nothing really above me, so should be good. Anyways, safe walk back, and yeah, we'll see you again.
Talk later. Take
Yep.
care.
See ya. All right, Dawn's just taking off. I'm just gonna get myself ready. Gotta get some more wood just for overnight, just to make sure I have enough wood. Got my outdoor fire pretty much gone. It burned up pretty quick, and yeah, so we're just waiting. Get settled in inside. You see that firebox? look at the glow. You see the firebox? It's glowing red. She's hot. I'm gonna throw a little bit more wood on it, just because. Well, it's a good fire, but it's a good base to have. A lot of coal. Oh, it's actually quite moderate in here. I'd say it's like a good solid 15 degrees Celsius. It's not like overly, it's not shorts and t-shirt weather for sure. Definitely a sort of leave your jacket on, sort of leave your sweater on, leave the boots on. Actually turn that down a bit, dampen the fire. I don't want it to like melt the stove or something like that. Well, I think I'm going to use my vest as a heated pillow. I always forget my pillow. But usually what I do is I actually just kind of bundle up a sweater or something, but I'm not taking my sweater off. Not today anyway, so that's the plan, is to do sort of a heated pillow. Yeah, I crawl in. Got my wood pretty much stacked up so I can kind of just lean over and stuff it in the fireplace. As it gets colder throughout the night, I got quite a coal bed in there. There's better. Look. Got her dialed right up. You can see the bottom of that stove is glowing red. Top is like super red. It's actually pretty comfortable. For those of you that don't know, my bed is kind of like this at home. This is kind of like it's like a board. So there. That's the sleeping arrangements. Hood on, other hood on. Keep your head warm, and then you just tuck yourself into your sleeping bag, and that's the easiest way to kind of stay warm. You just kind of keep your face open out just a little bit so you can get some fresh air, and that's it. I don't know. Hopefully it's a nice calm night. Hopefully the wind dies down a little bit. Not as blowy. Anyways, I'll catch you guys in the morning. It's a little chilly. It's a little chilly in here. Oh, get out of my warm cocoon. I don't know if I want to. Oh, what a crazy night. It was like super blowing. It's like I was outside in the wind. I don't know what time it is. It's like 7 o'clock or something. Oh, it's a little chilly. So I woke up a couple times, threw some more wood on the fire just to kind of take the edge off. You could see coyotes. Couldn't see coyotes. I heard coyotes. It sounded like they were like right on top of me. If you guys ever heard of coyotes, they always sound very close. Unfortunately, they didn't come out to say hello, so that's good. Anyways, I gotta get some coffee in me. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Join me on the next one.